So it's fresh water. I wonder if we soak this in rice, we can get it to turn on and get it back to its owner. Hold on to that for, thank you. I'm gonna start searching this way.
Okay.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Cooper's Amputee Lifestyle, where I am an amputee and I'm out going on my dreams, hobbies, and adventures to combat PTSD and depression. Today, we are at this beautiful lake down here in Kent, Washington, and we're gonna go do some metal detecting. Hopefully we'll find some really cool treasure, and then we will clean up this portion of the lake in the process. We will see you out there.
So while we're going to be working on our mental health by going scuba diving, treasure hunting, and helping clean the environment by picking up all the trash, I also upgraded a piece of equipment and I'm testing it out today. It is a new backplate wing by Halcyon Diving Systems, and wow, it is cool. It is green and black. My favorite color is green, so it's a great color combination. Check out these photos. So we're checking off a little bit of a check-off dive with this new backplate wing, replacing the old Scuba Pro BCD that's all beat up. So it looks like we came across a pretty decent sized crawdad. Now let's get a little closer look for you guys so you can see what they look like. Here's a piece of trash, looks like some kind of cup, maybe a bait cup, and there's a crawdad seeking refuge inside of it. Now, there was no eggs. If I did see a crawdad sitting on eggs, I would have left it alone. This one is not sitting on eggs, so I'm going to basically just collect the garbage, and the crawdad will find a home somewhere else in the lake. Now, I'm just picking up the garbage that I can see, and the sediment is very thick. So imagine the garbage that is below all that muddy sediment, a few inches that nobody can see. Occasionally I'll notice fish that are swimming up to me. Basically, they're curious, and I am kicking up some sediment, so they're probably looking for little bits of food that they can get at. So one thing I want to point out is this lake is covered in milfoil. Milfoil is a really bad aquatic weed. It's very invasive. Basically, it can transfer from lake to lake by us bringing our boats in the lake and taking it to a different lake, and then it'll take over in the summertime. The milfoil will deplete the O2 levels that the fish and marine life need to survive. So as I'm swimming up and noticing the crawdad hole on the left and the dirty sock on the right, I move closer to the dirty sock and I find a rubber band sticking out of the mud. So at first I thought it was an Apple Watch, but later learned that it's actually a Fitbit Versa 3. It's really cool when my wife comes along on my little adventures. I'll hand her the valuable items and she'll hang on to them until I'm done diving. Hey, I found a little socket wrench to add to my collection at home. I'll hit it with some WD-40 and add it to the toolbox. Look at that. Look at that beautiful rectangle object, not all the way covered yet. Yep, it is a cell phone. It actually looks like a pretty freshly dropped too. It's not too buried and doesn't have all that growth on it yet. And now we have cell phone number 2. This one's pretty busted up though. It's probably been down there for a while. It's not a new model. I don't think anything is salvageable on this phone. So in a distance, I see a fish checking out this crawdad. I don't know if the fish is trying to eat it, so I'm going to go in for a closer look. So it looks like this crawdad is caught up in some fishing line and is stuck. I'm going to take the crawdad up the side up to the gravel so I don't get silted out in the mud and see if I can free the crawdad from the fishing line. I'm going to have to cut the fishing line away because he's so tangled up, so I use my little precision shiv dive knife to cut him free. After cutting free the crawdad, he takes off and swims deeper. I go down to say goodbye to him one last time so I can venture on and continue looking for some treasure, and he says thanks in his own way and takes off. Happy ending for that little crawdad. And finally, my heart just skipped a beat. I was digging in this hole for probably 15 minutes, pulling out all kinds of trash. I thought that this was also a piece of trash. It was stones facing down. Pulled it out, and we got a diamond earring. I cannot wait to go home and test it.
And so what I wanted to do is, before I started detecting in that mud and silting it all up and blacking myself out, I wanted to just kind of scan the bottom first. So I just kind of went along the bottom, scanning the bottom, and I found, it looks like I found a watch, and this is a Fitbit watch. I thought it was an Apple Watch, but it's actually a Fitbit watch, and I don't know if it's flooded. It might actually still be good because I don't see any moisture in there, so this is probably still good. We also found a cell phone. It's fresh water, so we might actually be able to put this in rice and dry out the Motorola phone, and then see if we can power. We're gonna look behind the case, see if there's any cards behind the case. Typically, I've been told that people will put their ID or something if they're swimming, and I don't see anything behind the case, so nothing behind there. We also picked up, looks like a pair of those swimming goggles that probably kids will wear when we, they go swimming in the pools or whatever. Lots of hair ties. Let's look at all this trash I picked up. Now this trash, picked it up while I was kind of swimming along and metal detecting. I'm going to dump out the water. We might even find a critter or two in here that I'll have to run and throw into the water, but let's see. Lots of these plastic bait container lids. A crawdad was living in this one. Looks like somebody lost their little shoe. Making sure no little critters are living in it. A towel. Honey, do we need any towels at home? I shook it out underwater, make sure nothing was living in it. Oh, look at this little guy. Oh, it's like a little, not too close, it'll blur it. Some kind of little critter. Golf ball. Little socket wrench. We'll lube it up with WD-40 and throw it in the toolbox. Bait container. I dumped the bait out of there and gave the bait to the fish. More water bottles. Some pop cans, beer cans. Another full water bottle. Just dump the water out. More bait container lids. Couple bags that people will put their camp chairs in. And oh look, there's a crawdad. So we did get a little critter to So when we pull out trash and bottles and stuff, and we get a critter, we have to go put it back in the water. And the tradition is, when you put it in the water, you have to name it. Bye, Fred. Fred's back in the water. Let's go look what else we got. Straps, ball caps. Look, somebody was done with their vape and they threw it in the lake. So got one. I think I'll pick up another vape. Another shirt. We could wash it and give it to DJ. Okay. Look, a second cell phone. This one's blown up, but the second little older model. Lots of trash. And the washcloth. Here's another bag to camp chair. Another one of those tropical passion fruit vapes. So we got some nails. Looks like 70, 85, 89 cents. So that'll help pay for my $10 fill. Here's the cool part when I was digging.
Earring?
Yeah. I don't know if it's real. And I couldn't tell underwater. It was buried pretty deep. I can't see if there is a gold.
Do you have one of those testers?
I do. I don't know. I don't know if it's real or not. I don't know who would be playing in the water with one that size if it's real. What we're gonna do is we'll test it with the diamond tester when I get home. Put that here on the cell phone. So that's pretty much it. Pan over all the garbage. Okay, so we got the diamond tester. I'm just gonna use one of the rings with the real diamonds in it. This one's 18 karat gold. Found it metal detecting in Bonaire a couple trips ago. And okay, so we know these are real because let's see if I can turn it. So we know we know that's real, right? Okay, so now here's the earring. I don't think it's real because it just doesn't have like that quite of that shine like a real diamond does, but let's see what we got. Okay. Nope, it's not real. It's not real. Just to show you, we have a couple others. So we know that's real. And then these little tiny ones. Whoops. So, like, these are real. It gives you the beep. This, however, is not real. I was really excited when I found this. I mean, it's still pretty cool to be able to find something like this. Just kind of excited that it wasn't, you know, kind of bummed it wasn't real, but still excited when you find something like this. When you go metal detecting underwater and you're digging a foot down because there's so many targets, trash, whatever, coins and whatever, and then you see this pop out, it's like nice, you know. But unfortunately, can't have real ones all the time. So, what do you think, honey?
I think that's a big nose ring.
You gonna use as a nose ring?
No.
No,
Maybe
no.
deck out the dog collars.
All right. Okay, well, that's the outro. Why don't you say bye, everybody, and tell them thanks for supporting the channel. And
Bye, and thanks for supporting and watching the
and
channel.
remember, if I can do it, you can do it too.
Yes, if my husband can do it, you can do it too.
Well, you heard her, so we will see you on the next adventure. Thank you, everybody. Take care.